Hi, my name is Evelyn Massey. I am the owner and curator of Noir Vintage and Company located in New Haven, Connecticut. The things that are sold here at Noir Vintage, we do textiles from all over the world, meaning beautiful materials on fabrics that can be used for decor. We do clothing that ranges from 1900s, 1800s, mid-century. We also do decor, vintage decor, MCM pieces. I mean, pieces that you just cannot find right now. So I just didn't want this shop to be clothing only. I wanted to consist of all things vintage, furniture, textiles, clothing, and a little bit of styling. So all of this plays the part of Noir and how it's set up. When you walk into the store, it gives you a story as soon as you walk in, and that's intentional. I wanted to hug you when you walk in. I want you to get the feels of, oh yes, my grandmother, my auntie, I had this, we wore that. That is the kind of reaction is what I'm looking for when people walk into the store. Why I decided to start this business was my love for vintage items and history, the history that it carries. Growing up watching my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my aunties, my mom, just wear these beautiful clothing, these hip clothing, and I've always shopped Goodwills, Salvation Armies, vintage stores from the age of 17, so this is not new to me. And most of the time it was out of need. I couldn't afford the mall all of the time, so vintage stores were my go-to places. The history of the business is that I started right after the pandemic selling items on my Instagram page as a way of, just getting my name out there, making some money. We all know how the pandemic went. But I started, doing live sales on Instagram. So always wanted to have a shop, a store, and location was very important to me. So I figured, let's start looking around, and I ran into this beautiful space down here, downtown New Haven. Oh my goodness, the community has been awesome. I get a lot of Yale students that come in and, just come in all the time, and the community, I've gone out and introduced myself, introduced the business to this downtown community. But community is very important to me. Okay, so you can find us on Instagram at Noir Vintage, just like the name Noir Vintage. Email Noir Vintage Company at gmail.com, and just stop by the shop at 111 Court Street, New Haven, Connecticut.